Alright, what's up, Faith Family? Jarvis Guy of Voyage Arts YT here, and welcome back to another SML discussion video. And before we get started, sorry if my voice sounds weird. I am currently sick, but I did feel the need to record this video because I watched Jeffy's Fast and Furious the other day, and I gotta say, it was a really good video. It was incredibly solid. It was a lot of fun, and that should mean a lot considering how critical I've been of SML in the past couple of weeks. Now, originally, I wasn't even going to talk about Jeffy's Fast and Furious because I was under the assumption that it was like canceled due to the accident. And there was also some completely unrelated drama involving the SML community that really soured me from making these kinds of videos. If you know, you know. And I will just leave it at that. But yeah, dog, while I was watching Jeffy's Fast and Furious, it was pretty clear how much planning and preparation and dedication went into the making of this video. And I mean, even aside from Logan's accident where he broke his back driving the Camaro, that's a very unfortunate thing. Prayers up for him because stuff like that is very painful. And aside from the physical implications, it also takes a while to recover from stuff like that mentally, just speaking from experience here. But even aside from like that unfortunate situation, it was still obvious, you know, SML went through quite a lot of work to get all the cars seen in the video, the Porsche, the Lamborghini, the Camaro, the Mustang, hell, even the Tesla Model S Plaid, bro. I was very surprised when the Plaid showed up. But when it comes down to it, guys, this episode is exactly the kind of things that fans want. This was a fun and I guess mostly creative concept. I mean, you can only get so creative when you're taken from Fast and Furious tropes. But all of that and all of the hard work that went into this episode is really just going to cement this as one of the greatest SML videos of all time. And honestly, that comes down to a couple of things. I mean, first of all, the story for this episode was very commendable. It was much better than it honestly needed to be, considering that most SML stories are just vehicles for telling as many jokes as possible within a 10-minute time span. But there were actually some believable, albeit simple, character motivations in this episode, and there was an actual reason for things to happen, which is extremely important when you have high concept episodes like this. You know, it's cool to see the cars racing, but it doesn't really mean anything if Jeffy's just driving around supercars with reckless abandon for no apparent reason. But in the end, I think the most important thing that Jeffy's Fast and Furious did was prove me wrong, you know, because a couple of weeks ago I said that SML did not care about the fans in a video that, in my defense, was more so about how the schedule was fucking everything up. But even then, I do think I was wrong in titling and thumbnailing the video as SML doesn't care about the fans, because I don't think an episode like this would have as much effort put into it, and it wouldn't have the level of quality that it has if, you know, Logan didn't really care about the fans. But ultimately, I felt the need to talk about this video because if I want to talk about SML, then I can't just focus on the negativity. I mean, I could do that, and I could probably get a lot more views and success. But the problem is that if I'm never positive about the show, then I'm no better than the people who just like milk the show for money. And really, that's not what I'm going after with talking about SML. In my mind, the show is a key part in the history of YouTube, and it's something that deserves to be analyzed and discussed in a serious way. And I really don't want to turn into one of the channels where it's just nothing but ranting and, you know, using the show as a cash cow. Like, in the context of SML, that is especially hypocritical because you have a lot of these overly negative channels called Jeffy, you know, the cash cow of SML, and then on their channels they proceed to use like negative SML content as their quote-unquote cash cow, to the point where it seems that they hate making these negative ass forced videos, but they still do it because it gets them retention and ad revenue and all that shit. Personally, I'm not with that, and I still enjoy a couple of SML's more recent episodes. I mean, they're flawed, but even with a 3 video a week schedule, sometimes a good video can pop through. Operative word being sometimes. Either way, guys, I think that'll do it for this video. I'm Jarvis Guy of Voyage Arts YT, sounding much less sick than I did at the beginning of this video because the last half of this video was recorded like 2 to 3 days after the first half, mostly because the original last half of the recording was cut short. Then I realized that the script was complete dog shit, so I had to go back and revise some things. And it's just been a mess making this video. But hey, you know what? It had to get out somehow because I felt this was important enough to talk about. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spent multiple days on it, which is ridiculous because these videos are clearly very easy to make. Anyway, y'all, I've gone on long enough, so I'm just going to end it here. Stay tuned for more diecast content. Thank you all for watching. Go with God. Have a great night, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.